Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, June 15th. We have an informative show for you today. First, we'll be visiting with our very own Deb Gillard, and we'll be learning about Brookdale Senior Living, and we'll get an update there. And then later on, we're going to be talking with Erin Salmons, who's with the Medford Civic Club, and their event coming up is the Medford Straight River Days, so you won't want to miss that. The Owatonna Today Show welcomes your opinions and suggestions regarding our show and show topics. You can contact us via email at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by calling our show's producer, Leanne Alt, at 390-5751. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with Deb Gillard from Brookdale Senior Living, so please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're here talking with Deb Gillard, getting an update about Brookdale Senior Living, and we're going to be talking today about memory care. Welcome, Deb.
Yep, welcome. Thank you. I should see how easily I switch gears between chairs. Welcome, Linda. Welcome, Deb. How's it going?
Well, this could get redundant.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'm very glad to be here. Thanks
you. Thanks for making the time to come see us again. And we're going to be discussing memory care.
Okay.
And right away, you have a little visual there.
I do. One thing I wanted to share before we really dig into the memory care aspect of things is Brookdale, as a large company, as actually the largest senior living provider in the country, and then I'll kind of identify who we are here, but has a great body of resources for people, not just Brookdale, people who live there, families who we have a loved one with us. But if you go to brookdale.com, it's simply as easy as that. You'll get to a website that looks like this. And one thing that I want to point out to people, which has been really something I just share with just about everyone. So you get to this nice little front website, and you'll click on resources. Once you click on resources, for some reason you have to click on webinars twice, but it'll take you to webinars. It took us right to webinars this time. All right, see, there you go. I was one click ahead of myself. So webinars are free to the general public. Anyone can join on any of these. I do not want to start a chat with a senior care provider. But for instance, there's always one coming up. The next one is called Cross Train Your Brain. It's on June 21st. It's at 2:30, and obviously be talking about things that we can do to keep our minds active and healthy. But over on the left-hand side, maybe more importantly, if you can't catch the live ones, all of them are archived over here. So what we see is last month's was caregiving, the male perspective. So if there are men out there who are doing the caregiving, either for a parent or a spouse, great conversation about that. Some of them are directly related to dementia. Your dementia questions answered, how to handle the holidays with dementia, things like that, advanced care planning and advanced directives. So there's all sorts of great resources, and they are literally just a click away. I mean, you just go on brookdale.com and just start moving around in there, and you'll find the resources. And so it's wonderful. It's a nice interactive program. One of the, I can't even remember her title, but Carol at Brookdale hosts the programs, and she has a guest on or two. and they talk about really pertinent topics. So it's just really, really a great resource, in addition to others that we know of, like the Alzheimer's Association for Dementia and things like that too. Brookdale, so like I said, Brookdale is very large, but here in Owatonna we're pretty small. We just have the assisted living care community, which is 19 residents, and then next door or across the parking lot we have our memory care, Alzheimer's and dementia care community, and we have 26 residents there, so it's a little bit larger. And that is completely completely dedicated to memory care in all of its forms. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. We currently do have an opening in our memory care, so that's important. If there would happen to be someone who's watching that says, you know, I've reached that point, or I know someone who may have, that they could contact us and we might have an opening for
Let's
them.
clarify the line between regular assisted living and memory care, if you would.
Well, basically, assisted living is a huge, there's a lot of us are very different from each other. Ours is a very small community. We do very high level care in our assisted living, including some cognitive impairment, even mild to maybe even moderate. But when that cognitive impairment, even in our care community, could become an issue, and that would be for the person's safety, or the safety and well-being of others, and maybe just it has to do with an expression of behavior, as we call it in dementia, where all of a sudden they're very wakeful at night and walking into other people's rooms, turning on lights, things like that we know are typical, some typical dementia expressions of behavior. That would be really disconcerting to those in assisted living, and so, but we can handle mild cognitive impairment in our assisted living. The difference is when some of those things happen, and or physical limitations also that sometimes go with the disease, and a higher level of care is needed, we staff and train much higher in our memory care for the 26 residents, and so every single resident in our memory care community has dementia of some sort. But I will tell you that every single resident is different. Some have the ability to speak, some have lost that a long time ago. Some can very adequately take care of handling their meals and feeding themselves, some who have lost that ability. And it's just some who have lost physical capabilities and others who have not and continue to. And another hallmark of the disease sometimes is very much walking around the community. So we have a very open community that kind of allows for a lot of walking, handrails, touch points, names on their rooms and things like that. So for those that really literally get up in the morning and kind of walk until they fall asleep at night, we are prepared to deal with that too, and it's secured. So even though there are plenty of our memory care residents, in fact, the greater percentage that would not walk out an exit door, it is there for those who might look for an exit door, or who might, not even knowing that it was an exit door, just open a door and walk outside. Obviously, someone's safety with dementia would be very much compromised at that point.
Mm-hmm. So you help keep them safe. What
Yes.
always kind of one of the
And active.
challenges, one of the challenges I think would be too is with the dementia, you don't know because nobody reverses it.
Nope.
Necessarily.
Currently, there is no putting it in remission. There is no cure. There is no really, aside from a couple of medications that they feel may help it plateau at a certain point for a while. Again, I'm not a clinician, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, but they have only found a couple of things that seem to hold it at bay for a while. And those medications don't even work for all the dementias either. So it kind of depends on which dementia is diagnosed and whether or not that works.
And staff being specially trained in these areas relationally with the I don't know if you call them clients or residents. Residents. You never know really how much or what it is they're taking. They could be taking it all in a bit because they've lost their speech. Maybe they just can't relate. So it's important that you never know on what level they're absorbing what it is you're
It's
telling them.
Very important
They could be taking it all in.
I know, it's very important for us and our staff to get to know the residents very well, and we do. The caregivers know them very intimately. They are universal care workers, so they literally help the person get up and handle all their activities of daily living if they need such a thing, showers, bathrooms, all that kind of stuff, and activities and all the kind of more fun things that go along with it, but they're very, very, very aware. So they learn things like when you approach someone with dementia, you can't walk up behind someone and tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, it's Deb. That could be very startling for someone with dementia because their line of sight becomes narrowed over time, and their assessment of the situation through their senses becomes very different. So the approach needs to be from the front, gently, slowly, and many times just re-identifying ourselves at all turns. Hi Linda.
Yeah.
Hi Linda, it's Deb. How
They
are
can
you
process,
doing today?
oh yeah, it takes a while.
And they have you in their sight, and then they can process that a little bit better.
What are some of the fun things you're doing there with the
I'll tell you what.
the residents right now?
Melissa is our program coordinator and her assistant Andrew, and they are literally not afraid to do anything. So if someone has dementia, Melissa says, "Too bad, we can take them anywhere." So they've done trips to Donahue's and to pick out flowers, which were then planted in our back patio. They do lunches out. I think there's a fishing trip planned for today, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
So some of our
Beautiful
dementia
day.
care residents, are going to be out there fishing. It's wonderful. Melissa has a great bank of volunteers that come with, so we have a lot of hands-on, with our residents that are there. And the fishing is the best thing in the world because her dad and a friend who are fishermen go out and catch a pretty good stash of fish ahead of time. And so even if our dementia care residents don't happen to catch much, or maybe the one little one that gets reeled in like this, which happened one year, lo and behold, they have a fish fry. They still have a fish fry because there were fish caught, and so they have a good time with that.
I thought you were going to say they're over and beyond commitment with their scuba gear on, and they
No. We have fish in cooler and ready to go. But again, it's a really fun experience. Maybe someone whose disease has progressed has not been fishing for years and years and years, and somebody says, "Well, Mom used to love fishing," and we take her, and it's just the joy, and that's the kind of thing that you were saying, the kind of things that you see on someone's face, and the way they react to certain stimulus too is very important, and that's how we know that we're kind of breaking through the dementia and that they're enjoying themselves. We see tapping toes at music and things like that, even when there's not an ability to communicate
That's
otherwise.
right. So you never know. You always got to be there and be positive. And
for some residents who don't function as well in the large group setting or with all that stimulus, either in or outside the community, Brookdale has what we call, it's a signature program called Solace. There is a whole cart full of things that someone can wheel that cart into to work one-on-one or maybe one-on-two with a couple of residents who are maybe much more progressed in the disease and again, not able to participate in some of those things. And so maybe we're doing some music therapy, maybe we're doing some very individual stimulus kind of with some touchy feels, sensory. Think of the squishy balls and things like that and things that make, fun noises and things. Maybe it could be a hand massage with some scented lotion, kind of the aromatherapy aspect, some calming things. So we have that for those residents that are not as able, and that's always available for our caregivers to, if somebody's having an anxious moment to deal with that. Too.
They can't process a group.
Perhaps
it's
not.
just too much for them.
Yep,
so
perhaps
even
not.
though they're in the group, they really aren't relating. So you
Sometimes.
Learn who might
who
benefit.
needs maybe the Solace program. Yeah.
And could you touch just a tad, we don't have much time, but just a tad on the sundowning?
Sundowning is where what people will describe as some agitation and anxiety that occurs later in the day. And for some residents, for some people with dementia as a whole, they will start to see it in the evenings and then later in the day, and sometimes it will even get as early as mid-afternoons. The way it was described to me most appropriately is the one I like to use, and that was by someone who actually works in the Alzheimer's Association. And she said, imagine yourself getting up in the morning, having dementia, literally having to process, who is this face above me? What do I do now? If eating becomes such a thought-provoking thing that you have to think about everything that you're doing, by gosh, you'd be emotionally and mentally very exhausted by the time you hit mid-afternoon. And that's where some of those things start to come in, I think, that we see some of the anxious and anxiety.
The ability to fight the good fight, they just get tired.
And I'm not sure that that's true, but it certainly makes sense to me. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Always have so much information for us.
I love to share information. And please, for those that might need it, there are caregiver support groups out there, and there's the Walk to End Alzheimer's. Please support that as much as you can. And thanks for having me on.
We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back to hear all about Medford Straight River Days. So please stay with us.
Looking for that perfect birthday party idea for your child? I have exactly what you're looking for, a pool or gym party at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. Hi, this is Brad. Contact me today at 774-7102 to schedule the party every child will love. Birthday party packages are available year-round. West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, encouraging and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager. And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brickmaker, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're here visiting with Erin Salmon, who's with the Medford Civic Club. You're the president.
I am.
And also you're in charge, or your group is in charge, or helping with the Medford Straight River Days, correct?
We sure do.
So we have, that's coming up, and that begins this Thursday.
It does.
June 16th. And Erin, why don't you tell a little bit about yourself and how you became involved with the Straight River Days?
I am a Medford graduate, and I had chosen the path to leave for a little while and get a few jobs and venture outside of Medford, and it just wasn't for me. So I came back, met my husband, and we bought a house in Medford. And I think we've lived there 4 years now, so over the course of my life, pretty much lived here my entire life in Medford. And I was just asked if I was interested in joining the group, and I absolutely was. So just kind of kicked off from there.
How long has the Straight River Days been going on, the celebration?
Overall, probably it's been 46 years.
So you have memories, I would
do.
imagine.
Yes. I have, all of us in our group actually have our memories of what it was when we were growing up and how fun it was, and it was just the weekend. Okay. And that's what we want for our kids too.
So let's start. When does it kick off?
We kick off this Thursday with the Miss Medford pageant at the Medford School. It's at 7 p.m. We are, it's open to girls that are age 3 to 18, and the requirement is that they have to go to Medford School, or for those younger ones, plan to attend Medford in their future. Mm-hmm.
Now, it starts Thursday and it goes through, the Straight River Days goes through?
Saturday.
Okay. And is there the proceeds? Their proceeds earned, and where do these proceeds come in? Through what things?
Most of the proceeds either go towards running the event themselves. A lot of our community sponsors give donations to us that help run the events. Some events do have entry fees, but a lot of them are free. That's what we really try to push for, is a lot of them are free for the community members. But overall, we give several scholarships and donations and things like that to various groups in Medford. The Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts. We're a new group this year is the Italy group. There's a group of, I think, sophomores that are going to Italy. So they're helping us with our event, and then in return we, give them a donation.
So all proceeds go to whatever the Civic Club chooses to all these different associations. Of course,
Within
you have to keep a little to launch things again next year.
Correct. Yes. And that's where our sponsors come in. And we do have a fabulous number of sponsors that give, upwards of $500, so that's great.
So you'd already said that the pageant starts off, or the Straight River Day starts off with the pageant.
Yep.
And where will that be held?
At the Medford School.
At the Medford School, okay.
Yep.
And what ages would that be again?
Is 3 to 18.
Okay, so all
we have 3 girls that are vying for Miss Medford this year, so that's great.
All right, and are you still having the garage sales?
We do. We are having citywide garage sales. Most people are choosing to do theirs Friday and Saturday, sorry. There will be maps available at each location, and that's always a favorite. People love the garage sale, so it's something that we do.
And people in the community can work all day, people from that community can visit all day.
That's right, that's right.
Going from the garage sale, and then everybody in time gathers gathers at 7 p.m. that night, and what happens at 7 p.m. that night?
7 p.m. on Friday night is our parade, which is a Steele County favorite. There's hundreds and hundreds of people that come to watch our parade. This year, I think we're up to, at the moment, not including any of the last minute entries, but we have about 65 entries. And that's a lot of our budget that goes towards the parade as well. There's some groups, we like the Shriners, that's another group that we choose to give to. So we look for different things, and we're hoping that it's going to be a nice, fun parade this year. But yep, that's at 7 o'clock in Medford. Same route as last year.
Is there candy on the parade?
I would hope so.
Oh, okay.
Candy and
right.
coupons and all sorts of good stuff.
Oh, all right, okay. Then the parade ends, and we go over to the park.
Yep,
and
one of my earliest memories of Straight River Days was always the dance down at the park. Everyone is invited, from adults to kids. It's open to everybody. We're having a band, it's called Diesel Drive. They were with us last year, and the lead singer of Diesel Drive is actually a Medford alum as well. So that's great.
And that's a free event?
Yes, that is free for everybody.
Right. So what will we find at the park? Are they in a grandstand?
Yep, they're in the band shell, rocking all night long. Park rules do apply, and there'll be food stands available.
Oh, great. So place to have dinner and visit with friends.
Yep, and bring your family.
And then you get home and you got to rest. So then you got to get up Saturday, especially if you're a runner.
Yes.
It's not something that the Civic Club does, but the fire department is having
Correct. Yep, the fire department runs their Fire 5. It's a 5K run walk, and they do also have a kids fun run, and that goes on Saturday morning bright and early. I believe it's 7:30 and 8 o'clock.
And then again, more time to shop till you drop.
Shop till you drop.
So that will be the garage sales as well?
Yep, garage sales continue on. And then the volleyball starts bright and early as well. I think they start at 9 o'clock. Volleyball is full at the moment. And so you'll have to sign up next year, otherwise come to watch.
It's quite a popular sport. How many?
It is.
Do you know offhand how many teams?
There's 10 teams.
Wow.
Yes,
they all filled
10.
in.
Yep, sand volleyball co-ed. So that's good too. It gives something for the guys and the girls to do.
Well, where will they have the sand volleyball?
At the Medford Straight River Park. We do have sand volleyball pit there.
Wow. So 10 of them set up.
Yes.
That had to take quite a crew.
Yes.
Wow. And then later on in the morning, or about an hour later, you have something for the children, and that would be the tractor pull, correct?
Yes, we have the kiddie pedal tractor pull. That was an event that we kind of resurrected. That was a favorite that everybody liked to do. So we do have a group, I think they're out of northern Iowa, that's coming up to do that. And there's no early sign up needed. The kids can just come. It is a state sanctioned event. So I think top 1 or 2 kids in each age bracket do get to move on to state as well.
And this is something I've never seen before.
Sure.
Does this organization bring in the actual tractors?
Yep, they have everything. They just come and set up, and they do it, and then they go.
And what are the age levels?
It's 4 to 11.
Wow.
Ages 4 to 11 are able to participate in that.
Now, have you seen this done?
Oh, yes.
So
yes,
are they just sitting there, stop dead? Nobody can get an inch on the other sometimes?
Nope. It's all individual. So there's a little tractor,
Okay.
and they just sit down. They're weighted per age group. So they just pedal and pedal and pedal until they can't pedal anymore, and then they mark it.
Oh, wow. I bet that's cute to watch.
It is.
Wow, that's great. And then after that, the food stand's open, and that would be what?
Around 11 o'clock. We do have, we're working our momentum up to getting it back to where it used to be, but this year we do have a barbecue stand, Godfather's Pizza, traditional carnival food with corn dogs and all that good stuff. So with little kettle corn, something for everybody.
Drinks, that type of thing, soda, whatever. Okay.
Yep.
And then you have a beanbag tournament as well?
We do, and that's one of our most popular events. Time is limited. Our space is limited on those. We do have people that sign up that day to play. We do have room for 32 teams. I think there is a little bit of space available yet.
32 teams, and there, how many people on a team?
2.
Wow.
2. Yep, so they play all day, and that's actually going to be in the tennis court this year. So usually when we have events, everybody brings their shade tents and their chairs, and the park is filled with people, and I love it.
But you never know what the weather's going to be.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it never fails. We always have bingo. And is that in a tent somewhere as well?
That's going to be in the large pavilion, and that's actually run by the faith community in Medford. So all 3 of our churches are working together on that. They have some fabulous prizes, and everybody loves bingo.
Then the penny dig, which
yes,
that's kind of self-explanatory for the children. Tell us about the duck race and what you need there.
We have I don't think we've ever done it before. We usually try to incorporate something with the river, and we decided to do the rubber duck derby this year. Tickets are available at the Muni and Anhorns. They're $5 a piece, and we do have 500 ducks that are going to be let free into the river, and they'll end up down at the park, and the first 10 places win.
And you, if anybody out there, you said would an extra canoer or kayaker?
Yep. We are still looking for 2 volunteers to kayak, follow the ducks down the river, just to make sure they all make it safely home.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it ends with the dance at the Muni Center, and who's going to be there?
At the Medford Muni Street Dance, they are having Copperhead Creek. It's a country band, and everybody always goes to the Muni. It's a great time.
Okay, great. So everything starts this Thursday?
Sure does.
Okay.
Well, Thursday to Saturday.
All righty. And they can find out information where?
On our website at www.straightriverdays.com.
And if they want to canoe and kayak the duck race, same way?
Yep, they can find our email address off of there.
Well, thanks for stopping in and sharing.
No
We're so glad, and we wish you success with the event.
It's going to be great weather.
Okay. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, so please stay with us.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better. I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale, Owatonna. We bring new life to senior living in our Alzheimer's and dementia care and our assisted living care communities. Brookdale, Owatonna is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We hope you enjoyed learning all about Straight River Days, and that begins this Thursday. It's time for our community announcements. A reminder that July 1st is the deadline to nominate a Steele County resident for the 2016 Male and Female Outstanding Senior Citizens Volunteer Award for Steele County. Nominees must be 70 or older by June 1st. Nomination forms are available at the Fair Office, from Senior Place, and from Bruce Kubicek at 451-6616, or on the Steele County Free Fair website at www.scff.org. Movies in the Park begin Friday, June 17th at Central Park. On rain date is June 18th. The first feature will be Daddy Daycare. Movies will begin at sunset. Pre-movie activities will begin an hour before movie time. The 38th Annual Young Life Golf Tournament will be Saturday, June 18th. Brooktree Golf Course, and for information, you can call the Young Life office at 451-9401. 50s Dance Parties coming up Friday, June 24th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Owatonna Arts Center. Tickets are $15 for adults, $12 for Owatonna Arts Center members, $7 ages 12 and under. Tickets available at Tone Music, Cocky Jewelry, and Owatonna's Arts Center. And Sundays in the State Summer Movies, June 26th to Kill a Mockingbird. Movies start at dusk and free to attend. Well, that's all we have for you today in the way of community announcements. We hope you will join us on Friday when our show will be the Owatonna Steele County Amateur Radio Club. We're going to get an update there and hear about Field Day, and then we'll be on location at the Owatonna Arts Center to hear all about the 50s Dance Party. So you have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you on Friday.